AVP League rolls deep in the heart of Texas for Week 7. The rhythm of the season is in full swing, and the path to the podium has been laid out. With 2 championships on the line, each team carries their own agenda. The Aces, Mayhem, Nitro, and Launch take aim at the few remaining points in the regular season in search of their own gold buckle. It's high noon on the hard pack. Welcome to the AVP League. The first of back-to-back weekends in the Lone Star State for the AVP League, a city full of great music, cowboy spirit, and fantastic barbecue. Not to mention this weekend and next, the world's best beach volleyball players. The Austin Aces, the hometown team, taking on the Miami Mayhem. In Austin, especially on the women's side, they're trying to two-step their way into a bye in the Chicago Championships here at the HEB Center in Cedar Park. Hi, everyone. Cameron Irwin alongside the Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn. Kevin Barnett will be joining us shortly. And the AVP League debuted in 2024 with 1 championship. In 2025, they are vying for 2 championships. How does this new format really elevate the game?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because it's a little bit of a departure from kind of the old tournament format where it was week in and week out. You got a winner every week. Now you have this kind of season-long race that you're going through, so you have to extend your efforts, so to speak. You're vying for that spot in Chicago, as you mentioned, at the championship. And then we also have that cup that you mentioned where you're together with the other gender. You're vying for that title together, which is also, I don't know, an elevation in the game. We get that battle alongside one another.
Without question, the AVP League Cup will be given out at the conclusion of the regular season, which, by the way, is next week in Dallas, Texas. The Cup standings, well, they have shifted only 1 spot, really, from New York to now. As you take a look, it is, again, a 16-match regular season when you combine the women's and men's pairings for each city franchise. The Palm Beach Passion have closed out the regular season. They are currently in the number 2 position with 12 wins. LA plays this weekend, and next they are looking to climb above that 12-win mark. Kind of the team to beat now, Rich.
Yeah, if you're wondering why Palm Beach has so many more numbers next to their name, it's because, like as you mentioned, they've finished all their matches. You only play 4 out of the 8 regular season weekends. There are clubhouse leaders, everyone else on the back 9 trying to put up some scores.
Let's take a look at this women's matchup. These 2 teams are trying to best themselves in the women's standings. The Miami Mayhem winless thus far, 8th in the standings. How are they going to be able to get it done against the number 1 team on the women's side?
It's going to be a battle for them tonight. They are a much better team than that record would indicate. That's probably one of our biggest surprises at this point in the season, that they're winless, but they are going to have their hands full.
Well, let's get to know Kelly Chang and Molly Shaw. Kelly Chang is the blocker for this duo. She's fierce and full of fire. She's kind of one of those players that's just all gas, no brakes. She's a 2-time Olympian. Partner up alongside a rookie to the AVP League, Molly Shaw, a quick defender that's been looking to improve her consistency and find some more offense in the AVP League.
Yeah, fierce, full of fire from Fullerton, just to keep it alliterative like you did so well, Cam.
For Team TKN, they may calm out of chaos. One of the best teams in the world, also a pair of Olympians from Paris in 2025, but some close matches. Is that going to be a difference maker here? Is someone going to finally be able to eclipse those 3-set wins they've had?
I think that's the best shot for Miami, because they have typically started slow a little bit, these Austin Aces. They have lost a lot of first sets, as you mentioned. The difficulty with dealing with them is that they're so consistent over time. So it's hard to take them down in 2 out of 3 sets, and nobody's been able to do it just yet. But I think Miami have to get out to a good start. That's their best hope this evening.
A look at Taryn Brasher. She stands at 6'4", and on the other side, well, her defender, Kristen Nuss at 5'6". She is as quick as they come. It's almost as if her shadow can't keep up with her.
I like the nails. Maybe that's the only way we can track her. The white nails. We can see just a streak across the court.
That's exactly what she does. She does fly across the court, and somebody else that's flying around the stands. Let's check in with the two-time Olympian and sideline this evening, Kevin Burnett.
Thanks, Cam. We're hitting week 7 here down south. And for Miami, this is just the midpoint of the season for them. 0-4 is bad news. The good news is the blueprint's out there for how to have an incredible back half of the season and put yourself in the playoffs. San Diego, last team in, champion last year. So every match is a must-win if you're Miami, because 4-4 gets you going to Chicago. On the other side for Austin, yeah, they're 6-0. Yes, they want to go undefeated. That would be fantastic. It would be a statement headed in to be the #1 seed that get that bye. But also for them, the critical thing is that they need to continue to play better at the start of matches. For the last 4 matches in a row, they've lost the first set. Can they get off to a hot start? Can they get a sweep and get off the stand early tonight?
I hate to say it, Kevin, but you might have just jinxed him. The missed serve from the Austin Aces for point #1. Molly Shaw looks to Kristen Nuss on the side out. We'll have a chance at transition. And earns one.
Yeah, we talked about them needing to get out to a good start, and here it is. A good start indeed. That's going to be pivotal for them this evening, is the ability to create and convert those defensive opportunities.
Some pop on that serve from Shaw. Free ball sent. Tough to defend against Nuss. And they do it with the block. Not even sure that one crossed.
We've been mildly prophetic thus far, Cam. It is a little bit of a slow start from Austin, which we've seen in the past. Sometimes it takes them a little while to get ramped up. They sat around for a little bit before this match got underway, but had plenty of time to warm up. This is just their MO.
Like Kevin mentioned, the Austin Aces passed 4 matches. That's 4 of their 6 matches, going to 3 sets in which they won every single one. 2 of those back in New York just a few weeks ago.
They get their money's worth, don't they? It's kind of the same reason I like to shoot in the mid to high 90s on the golf course.
Just so you can spend an extra hour out there?
I got to swing.
I mean, that explains my 100, so sure. Shaw carving to begin.
Yeah, like we were talking about, their 0-4 record is one of the more surprising elements in the league thus far. This is a very, very solid team that just hasn't reflected that on the standings. Yeah, foot fault there.
Kelly Cheng clipping the back of the line. To your point, too, Cheng and Shaw have had to face off against some really top-tier opponents. Their first was a 3-set loss to Denneberg and Donlan. Then it was Humana Paredes and Wilkerson in back-to-back matches. They pushed one of those to 3. Both were losses. Here's Nuss with the quick transition. And Kelly Cheng is on top of that shot selection right now.
Yeah, she definitely affected that. Doesn't get the direct block, but she guided it wide, made Kristen kind of carve it a little too sharply.
How do you defend a player like Kristen Nuss?
There's a lot of prayer involved, I think.
Shaw showing how to defend against Taryn Brasher.
Yeah, fantastic transition. There again, creating the opportunity, converting the opportunity. Excellent job by the Miami Mayhem. One thing we know about them is that there is going to be a tremendous amount of work put in preparation with Coach Jordan Chang. They're watching endless amounts of video, so their game plan is going to be dialed.
So far, their block and defense has been near perfect. Is that one you just say, too good?
I think it was too good. It looked like maybe Molly thought it was going to go wide. In any event, just out of her reach. She was in the right neighborhood. Yeah, sorry, Ken.
Brasher working with the standing float. A little pop to it. Pulling off the net and tagging the sideline. This is a dream start for the Miami Mayhem.
A dream start indeed, and if this is what needs to continue for them to be successful. Molly looking particularly solid offensively right now.
Molly 4 of 5. What an unreal touch and kill!
That, yeah, unbelievable, as you said, to find that ball below the net as you're coming down out of the air is just tremendous work from Kelly Chang. Defying gravity. She's like Elphaba out there, Cameron.
I mean, she only has a little green on her jersey. The Miami Mayhem now sitting at an .833 hitting efficiency. Molly Shaw is 4 of 5, 0 errors. They've got Team TKN on the ropes here in set number 1. The dig to kill gets them the lead.
AVP League on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP.
We often talk about hitting efficiency. It's a metric used in terms of how offensive you are being. Molly Shaw this year, she's hitting in about the mid 300s. Right now, she's hitting 667. She has doubled up her own numbers in set number 1 against the Austin Aces.
Yeah, like we talked about, that's what she needs to keep going in order to be successful in this match. They are off to the great start they needed. Now it's a matter of keeping that throttle down.
Brasher and Nuss do have the all-time series lead against Chang and Shaw, just 2-0 though in those 2 matchups. As an ace falls to the namesake of their team.
Not how you draw it up, but you'll take it any day of the week, especially on a Friday night, Cam.
Gotta throw up that double A. Back-to-back points. Nice lift. You're wondering when the option would come about. That means ball traveling over net on the second contact. A real piece of Kelly Chang's game.
Yeah, she's maybe the best in the entirety of the AVP league at that particular skill. And that was a look at one of the many reasons why she's so deceptive with it. She has such an array of shots that she can hit.
And it challenges the platform of Molly Shaw. Might be able to lift that ball up to her partner. Defense and attack the same area.
Yeah, it was a really nice read from Molly Shaw, as a matter of fact. A really good shot from Kristen Nuss gets the kill. But watch Molly, even as her partner's pulling into the angle, just kind of be patient, still make a good move defensively. You like to do that. You know, touches lead to digs down the line.
Here comes Nuss. And that's what she's known for.
Exciting the crowd. Yeah, indeed. And that is one of the many things that's so impressive to watch. We didn't see the dig itself, but you can see how easy it is for Taryn to set that because the ball just lands right on her head.
Surging are the Austin Aces. And another poke back to the line. The Miami Mayhem now with 10 points. Let's check in now with Kevin Barnett.
In the side switch, I had a chance to talk to Jordan Cheng, coach for Miami, and asked him, when your team starts with that much efficiency and it's going your way, what's your message? And he said the message here was, remember, this team, TKN, is going to make some moves. It's such a quality squad. You know they're going to score a few in a row. And be decisive on your side. Remain aggressive. And he said, we talk a lot about making decisive moves. And you see Kelly Cheng doing it there, getting a swat.
Make another decisive play here. There's the extended set. Does she unload? She takes an absolute cut at the opposing block. Point to the Austin Aces. They're within striking distance.
Yeah, she's dangerous when she's doing that. And Kelly was trying to recover, still get up to the net, couldn't quite get there in time, so you knew it was going to be detonation from Brasher.
A little marital bliss on the side of the Miami Mayhem. Heard Jordan Cheng's name mentioned. The coach for this duo is the husband to Kelly Cheng. See him now on screen. And of course, Molly Shaw. If you've been watching the AVP League coverage throughout the season, on the men's side for the Miami Mayhem, James Shaw, her husband, partnered up alongside Kane Schulk. Short serve, here comes Brasher. You know it's good when the line's still bouncing.
Yeah, I like the tactic, though, from Miami. Trying to draw Taryn Brasher into the net, neutralize a little bit of that physicality that she has offensively. And they force her into that softer shot. She's just perfectly precise with it that time.
Cut shot. The airborne play is not enough control on the side of Nuss and Brasher.
Yeah, again, it's a point Miami, but you gotta like that defensive move from Kristen Nuss. That starts to wear on the minds of your opponents if your shots start getting touched, even if they don't result in points for your opponent.
No blocks in this match thus far. Kelly Cheng shifts hard to her left. She actually pulled her hands down.
I don't mind that, actually. If you're in a little bit of a compromised position, sometimes you're almost a target more than sort of an advantageous blocker at the net. So pull your hands away, give your defender a clean look at the ball. It doesn't work that time for Miami, but it's a good play nonetheless.
Carving that from inside out. Molly Shaw.
Yeah, and the offensive efficiency continues for the Mayhem.
Shot 5 of 9 on the attack. Bringing out the Hulk smash. It was like a baby Hulk smash.
Is there a baby Hulk? I would
Yeah,
like to
it's
see
you.
that. Yeah, me.
14 to 10. Here comes set point. There's the vision. Another beautiful dig. She continues to try to work to the left side. Here's Nuss. Simply perfect aim. Kristen Nuss.
Yeah, with the wide open net, I mean, that's just easy pickings for Kristen Nuss, but yet another good defensive play for Miami.
For the 5th straight match, the Austin Aces are facing another set point in set 1. An Brasher.
There isn't an actual sort of audible buildup to that hit by Brasher, but in my head, I just hear this kind of crescendo right before she tees off on that.
Everyone in the AVP Center is just gasping, waiting. They knew it was coming from the Austin Aces. A little bit of a run here. It was 14-10, now 14-12. One of the best defensive teams in the world in Brasher and Nuss. So on the other side for the Miami Mayhem, where are you trying to find a space, a void in this defense on the other side?
Yeah, I think if you get a serve that's relatively in your lap, meaning kind of directly at you, if you're Molly Shaw, you try and put that thing up near the net. Kelly Chang has been essentially untouchable on the option plays in this first set. Molly Shaw's been great as well, so if it plays into the option, great. If it doesn't, you're ready to go.
Some quick words from Jordan Chang. So try and press that ball, to your point, up to the net for the Miami Mayhem and look for the option. When we spoke to the Miami Mayhem at the beginning of this season, Molly Shaw told me, my job is just to feed Kelly Chang the ball. Let's see if she can find one here. How perfect can that platform be? And on the other side, the Austin Aces need some defense. She does just that. Feeding the beast, Kelly Chang seals set number 1. Let's take a look back at this one. You queued it up perfectly. You must have been a coach or a gold medalist or something like that.
I mean, Kim, I appreciate you using the word genius. It's a little strong probably, but yeah, no, that's what they want to do, obviously, and they did it very well there to close out that first.
Austin losing its 5th straight first set. Will they be able to rebuttal once more? Miami looking for their first win. The Scottish Professional Football League is back on CBS Sports Network. Head out to the pitch for an epic match day, one as Motherwell and the Rangers go head-to-head tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern. A first set won by the Miami Mayhem, and this is familiar territory on the other side for Team TKN, dropping the first set. It feels like they play better when their back is against the wall. As you take a look at the numbers, set one stats, Cameron Irwin alongside Rich Lamborn. What impressed you the most about Miami?
Yeah, they were just consistent from the get-go, right? You focus on that efficiency, and it certainly was very, very impressive. Austin came on a little bit in the latter stages of that first set. It's kind of been their pattern, as you mentioned, to drop that first and kind of gain momentum as the match progresses. It looks like they may be doing just that. Let's see how Miami can kind of respond here in the second.
Miami will have the first serve in set number 2. The Austin Aces' last win was against Melissa Humana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson. That was a 3-set victory, one in which Kristen Nuss simply went off. Actually, she went off the entire time she was in New York City, upping the ante from a record-setting standpoint, and back-to-back matches for Diggs in a total match in those 2 3-set victories 2 weeks ago. And perfectly on cue, Kristen Nuss is going to need another. Brasher with the light work.
Yeah, excellent read defensively from Kristen there on the option play. It was a little bit of a forced option, as Cheng had little else that she could have done with that first service reception.
Oftentimes, Rich, we talk about blockers getting into a rhythm. Is that the case for defenders as well?
Oh, certainly. I mean, you kind of settle your way in, right? You feel like you're reading balls well, better than you are at other times, I guess. I think every skill kind of has its version of that. Kristen, I think, only has one setting, though. She's always locked in defensively, it seems.
One of the quickest reaction times on the sand, and maybe in any sport for that matter. And she scores so many points like that, up and over the top of blocks.
Yeah, which is not easy to do. She's obviously got to have a different trajectory than maybe a taller player, but pairing that with her vision and her control of her hand on that ball is sort of majestic to watch.
This duo trains out of Louisiana. Little shake and bake in the backcourt does them no good. This is how teams, it feels like, try to attack them. These short shots around the block of Taryn Brasher.
Well, yeah, and you got to give Cheng an assist there. Kind of the pump fake gets Taryn Brasher off of her comfort level just enough to kind of open up some spaces in the block for Cheng to exploit. Excuse me, for Shaw to exploit.
Heavy swing down the line, pulling block of Cheng.
Yeah, Kelly a little bit upset with herself. She's an incredibly good pull digger. Wishes she'd come up with that one. Expects herself to come up with that one.
Yeah, typically one of the best pulling blockers in the world. This year, it's been a little bit of a different strategy alongside Molly Shaw, as there's a joust sent back to Miami. There's the fire.
The Fullerton fire from Cheng. Yeah, that's, again, I like what Miami's doing offensively. They're really trying to push that option game. Even though that first contact ends up a little bit tight and into a joust, they still kind of have the advantage as the offensive team.
Man, I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching Kelly Cheng just take cuts at the ball. I'm not sure what I like more, the actual swing or her screaming thereafter.
Yeah, the Banshee celebration.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it is. Something about just the mane of red hair, too, accentuates that, doesn't it?
It's so good. Quick check down and the disciplined play. Kristen Nuss defensively. She retreats. This has to go over, touch off the block. Taryn Brasher says, no, no, no.
Did she pull out the Mutombo finger and wag that one away? The fans did.
Couple beautiful defensive plays on both sides.
Yeah, the trouble, I don't mind that play, but Molly's just a little bit too far off the net, so the ball has to be in the air too long for somebody as tall as Brasher and as aware as she is at the net.
Huge double arm lift from Molly Shaw.
Yeah, good response.
Molly Shaw, originally out of Naperville, Illinois, now residing in the South Bay. All four on the sand, products of the collegiate beach volleyball game. Molly playing at Grand Canyon. A rare error from Nuss.
Yeah, that's two we've seen her miss in that cross-court cut shot attempt this evening, which probably represents more than 50% of the times she's missed all year.
She rights the ship.
Never thrice, Cam?
Yes. Nuss now 7 kills on 13 attempts, 3 errors. She's the only athlete on the sand right now with a hitting error.
That's surprising and impressive all at the same time. Great touch.
That's Nuss's 8th dig, make it 9. Shaw trying to mirror. What a fantastic rally. Austin loving this matchup.
Yeah, this is the battle we expected to see between these two teams. I know the standings don't indicate that it would be this close, but we knew it would be.
The Austin Aces coming alive in set number 2. They have the 8-5 advantage. Head on from 6th Street and now to Cedar Park in the HEB Center here in Austin, Texas for Week 7 action of the AVP League. As we look now to Team TKN, who are on an absolute tear through this season and more importantly through this second set as they dropped set number 1. Let's check in now with Kevin Barnett, who's going to give us a little bit of a volleyball education. What you got, Kev?
Cam, we spent a lot of time talking about the lines, the construction of the court itself. So let's take a look at them here. So woven nylon, 2 inches thick in imperial units running around the entire court. And when the referees come out and lay out the entire court, they stretch it out and they measure it, but it's stretched out via bungee cord that's attached to a plastic disc. If I were to dig this up and delay play for a little bit, you would find a big plastic disc that holds this in place should it be contacted by a player. Now, we're used to seeing the ball hit it, obviously, but speaking of player contact on the surface, and we've already seen that come into play, you are, in fact, not allowed to dig your feet underneath the line when you serve, but it happens all the time and the referees don't call it. So as long as you don't contact it on your way down or on the way up, you can stick your toes underneath, pull them out, and jump serve away.
Kevin, we already saw one of those plays take place for Kelly Chang. She was called on that football violation from the serve. And you gotta love Kevin always educating on the sport of beach volleyball. Last time we were out, it was the sand science.
Yeah, any notes on the conductivity index of that nylon cable down there, Kev?
It would be a number 7 nylon that takes the color best. Holds up during sunshine as well as indoor conditions and any rain you want to throw at it.
Great work, Kevin Barnett. And you saw the last play go the direction of the Miami Mayhem. A quick strike at Kristen Nuss.
Yeah, almost some decapitation there.
And that's not what you want to see if you're the Miami Mayhem.
No, they've been pretty solid from the end line, however. Yeah. Been kind of tactically attacking the aces, pulling Taryn in near the net, driving Kristen a little bit deeper.
And the aces starting to get more aggressive from the service line.
Yeah, that's just great placement from Taryn Brasher on that serve. You always have to win with pace, but you can see that's just perfectly down the middle, so both Miami Mayhem players kind of evacuate thinking the other player was going to take it.
They didn't have a collective ace in week 6 in New York City. They only had 2 errors. Right now, they already have 2 aces in this match. Molly Shaw looking to quiet the crowd.
Backing up our report from Kevin down there, just checking the tensile strength of the nylon cables.
Kristen attacking the depth of the court. Four steps to get there. And another kill for Taryn Brasher.
Yeah, this is very nitpicky, perhaps, Cam, but I think when you're sending a free ball over, too often I think we don't pay attention to who we're sending it to. I don't know that Taryn Brasher's who you want to give free balls to very often.
I don't think that's nitpicky when there's only 2 people on the court.
It's like when I push every door that says pull on it, a 50-50 shot on that one.
Miami Mayhem with the rebuttal, now 8-11. Nuss at 10+ digs for the 6th time. She's leading all men and women in the AVP League in that category. Molly Shaw on the other side, 8 total digs. She's close. Strong reach, but more extension from Taryn Brasher.
Yeah, and again, that's just a great reaction cover play from Kristen, but add on top of that the control to lay that coverage right on top of the tape. She's so good at collecting herself, always being on balance, ready to make those good ball control plays.
I think this Austin crowd likes their aces.
Of course they do.
Quick touch for Kelly Chang. There's the double axe handle. And it stays alive until now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that dig from Molly Shaw just went into the net, kind of became problematic for Kelly Chang to control. But how about the running, jumping double axe handle? Kristen Nuss, and again, just that impeccable control on display.
Both of these teams ridiculously efficient, both over 500 as a team. That's too easy for Kristen Nuss. She'll just cut you up and paint the lines while she does it.
She's like Zorro out there, just.
She's multitasking.
Yeah, maybe she's drawing an A, though, with her sword.
No one attacks the corners of the court like Kristen Nuss. Set point for Austin. Nuss is on it. Chang with the finesse and the help of the equipment.
Yeah, that was going to be sharp either way. Got a little extra sharp off the top of the cable. Yeah, you mentioned the hitting efficiency, both teams at 500 or better. The only problem for Miami is that's a little bit of a come down from north of 600, which is where they entered this second set.
Austin just needs a side out here. Ooh. Instead, it's an ace. Creating some hope on the side of Miami here in set 2. Same exact location. Brasher with force. Closes out set number 2.
That was not a shy swing there. That was authoritative.
You can almost guarantee it at this point. TKN and 3 setters.
They're crowd pleasers, Cam. They like to give the fans what they came to see, which is lots of the Austin Aces.
The coin toss has been completed. One set will determine who's taking this match. The Austin Aces looking to remain undefeated and clinch a bye in Chicago.
anything can happen at 15 points. Volleyball is such a high and low. Like if you could easily lose 7 to 15 and then win the next one 7 to 15. And it really, anything can happen. So that's why when it's kind of like, oh, do you care who you're matched up with? I mean, literally anything can happen at 15 points. You gotta figure it out. I mean, look at all the like third set scores. A lot of them are 8 to 15. And it's not always, the games before that could be so tight, but third set, who's gonna show up?
If you're the Austin Aces, I think it's more that anything can happen in the first 2 sets, because we know what's coming in set 3. If anything is repeating in history, it is the fact that they are picking up 3-set wins. This is their 5th straight trip to a 3-set match, all of which they've won the previous 4. As you take a look at the numbers through the first 2 sets, truly an impressive performance. The Miami Mayhem winless on the season. It's the complete opposite on the side of the Austin Aces, and right now they're neck and neck.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both teams have played very well. The Austin Aces trending a little bit more in that second set, but once we reset the scoreboard to 0-0, like Taryn Brasher said in that little clip, anything can happen in this third.
Remarkably, too, 2 of the best blockers in the world currently on the sand. 0 blocks, but again, that identifies these defenders are going to work. Kelly Chang with the chip.
Yeah, interesting start there to go right at Chang. Sometimes that's a strategy of teams, because at least then they know who's going to be attacking the ball. They know Kelly's going to be hitting it more often than not if she gets served. We'll see if that continues for Austin.
And a response of a chip.
That's so tough. Molly's been very good defensively, and it's difficult. You have to kind of pick your poison against Kristen, but you have to also be very patient in the backcourt. You can't make your moves too early.
Taryn Brasher decides to stay at the net, and it's the right call.
You mentioned that we haven't seen blocks. There is the first one. Brasher just good discipline, swatting the short shot attempt from Molly, trying to just wiggle one past her left hand.
Ness already up to a double-double in kills and digs. That's her 4th of the season, and the most among men and women. High shoulder pass for Shaw.
A good aggressive sort of attack on that knuckle pokey to the corner.
And her numbers have varied from set 1 and set 2. She hit 455. She was 5'11", 0 errors in set 1. Set 2, just 4 of 8. Hit 375. Delayed block. A big move.
And that's kind of some textbook beach blocking on display there from Kelly Chang. You could see her jump fully after Kristen had contacted that ball. Have a look here. Just a big step in, kind of leads with those hands. Great Tyler Hildebrand, now head coach at St. Mary's in Northern California, always used to say the hands are the fastest part of the chain.
See how quick they move. And that one hurts. That one has to be kept on your side of the net.
Yeah, you're doing the right stuff, obviously, trying to push that up for Chang to go on 2. But that is a little bit of a dagger, because you can't let those opportunities go by the wayside against the Aces.
I mean, there are so few where you're actually able to defend against Team TKN.
Yeah, especially that level of ease where it's kind of right in your lap.
Kelly Chang continues to be almost perfect on the option.
A good decisive response from Miami.
Kelly Chang is having herself a night. 12 of 16, 0 errors, hitting 750. She's leading the pack. Brasher trying to match her. That's just her first error on 21 attempts.
We've seen a few uncharacteristic errors from Austin offensively. Now can Miami capitalize?
Another good read from Shaw. She's all over them.
Yeah, that was just a great setup. They got exactly what they were hoping to get. And then kind of the reverse 180 from Chang. Great stuff on the option.
Self-proclaimed extroverted person, Molly Shaw says she's been looking to find some more introverted hobbies where she can turn her brain off a bit. She's actually been working out of a pottery studio that James, her husband, built out of their garage. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely have a mug made by Molly. It's been used for the past 2 weeks. It's now my favorite mug. You can find it.
In what scenario would you need to lie about that?
It's been cleaned every single use. So.
Okay, good.
Let's see how creative she can get on this swing. Pulling off. Brasher's been doing that more in this season. The late move doesn't fool Molly Shaw.
Yeah, and this time it's Austin not capitalizing on a couple of opportunities there. That kind of earmarked that play. That one might be big. Miami staying in the battle, ultimately winning that point.
Putting a star next to that one. Miami now with a 3-point lead. Looking to hand the Austin Aces their first loss of the season. This time the seam is closed. A feathery touch.
That was just tremendous defense from Austin. Really good, healthy cut and transition from Molly Shaw. Which is exactly what you want to do, but Taryn made that big move into the angle. Kristen just slid beautifully into that seam, like you said.
We've been talking about how close this match has been. When you add it all up, both teams now with 32 total points. Another indication. That's not allowed.
Molly finding a little extra pop here late in this match. Teed off on a couple already this third set.
I think it surprised Kristen a bit. Set 3. Molly's already had 7 attempts. Both Chang and Shaw, they've actually kind of shared total attempts per match throughout the season because Miami has been so focused on getting Kelly Chang the option play. How much does she feed Kelly Chang late here in set 3?
I like that setup, though. I mean, that's been successful a few times already for Miami, where Molly's kind of in the middle and then just shuffling towards that line. They're going to keep playing that cat and mouse game with Kristen Nuss.
Austin needs defense. Nuss sits shallow, and it's a deep swing.
And again, some heavy heat from Shaw on the right. But don't let the tattooed flowers fool you. Plenty of artillery coming out of there. Guns and roses, is that what it is, Cam?
Yes, I think that's exactly it. Her husband, James Shaw, said she's one of the most competitive people he's ever come across. She jukes right, tries to go left. Baited on the right way.
Yeah, there again, I mean, they're kind of getting an opportunity. It's just a good shot from Nuss that gets the job done. The defensive setups from Miami, though, only looking good in this third. Oh.
Brasher prevents the kill. No one home. Here comes Brasher back to the net. Nuss looks not good. And Miami hangs on to the point.
And you wonder if Miami's found a little bit of a recipe. They are just kind of baiting. Wow.
Taryn just taking a shot to the noggin.
Yeah, but Miami baiting Kristen into that line shot over and over and over again, and Molly just waiting there for it.
Fantastic timing from Miami. There's the pulling defense. That's the Chang we know.
Yeah, big time trouble now for Austin. They're forced into a timeout. This is just a defensive clinic from Miami here in this third.
Austin has faced this third set 5 straight times. You're wondering, is it too close? Is someone going to be able to eclipse them? Did you have your money on the number 8 seed on the women's side in the Miami Mayhem?
Well, we've talked about it a little bit. You know, we know that Miami are better than their record would indicate. So it wasn't a matter of thinking that they didn't have it in them. It's just more of a matter of being surprised that anyone can find a weakness in the armor of Brasher and Nuss.
Brasher and Nuss playing for a first-round bye into Chicago. The top 2 seeds will end up with that bye at the 6-0 mark. Denenberg-Donlin at 5-1. Someone else to keep an eye on, Cannon and Kraft, as they are at 4-1. Picked up another win this evening earlier tonight. And of course, you can't forget about the Palm Beach Passion. They have finished out their regular season at 6-2. So any one of those 4 could end up in one of those buys. TKN trying to seal it now and steal one away. The Austin Aces somewhat out of the cup contention at this point. Their men's pairing has struggled this season, sitting 0 for. However, this team has kept them alive and right in the middle of the pack in the cup standings. Now they've set their sights to Chicago. Nuss with a rainbow shot. That's the play that usually falls for her.
It usually does. I mean, that's a very tall ask.
Without a question.
Yeah. Falling away 10 feet off the net, finding a perfect rainbow shot is...
But that's what she can do.
She is capable of it, there's no doubt.
And it's getting to be dangerous here for the Austin Aces, 13-7. What a monstrous win this would be for Miami.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's come on the back of some great serving in this third set. They've really schemed defensively beautifully.
How about this number for you? 29 total kills on the side of Miami, just 2 errors combined. Nuss looking for the magic she so frequently finds.
They're going to need more than magic here, I think, Cam. They're going to need sorcery of some kind. They hope to come all the way back in this third.
Miami pushes. And it's the block of, get this, Molly Shaw that gets them to match point.
Yeah, that was, that's what Austin needed, is for that play to go their way, and maybe it sparked something, but now it's all but over.
Chang and Shaw are just 1 away from their first win of the season and handing the #1 team their first loss.
Yeah, a team that's hitting .550 on the match, you don't figure is going to need 5 chances.
Shaw takes the first cut. There's a little of that magic. There's the spark. At what point do you start getting nervous?
Yeah, I think you can still give up 2 more before you get too nervous.
Okay.
It's the trouble of letting your opponent get all the way to match point, is that any one mistake, you know, when they're at 13, you feel like you can make a run. But this is so tough, especially going to Chang.
That was out of rhythm for Chang. She finds the pole dig. Here's another free ball. This time to the right person. Here's Nuss. Out of bounds, and Miami picks up their first win of the season.
The crowd's not going to love that here in Austin, seeing their hometown girls lose their first, but you got to credit Miami Mayhem and how they came out this evening.
And importantly, both buys still possible on the women's side. The top 2 seeds are still up for grabs, and Miami is looking to surge.
Yeah, Kev mentioned it early that there is a blueprint for how to go from the basement into the championships, and maybe Miami is starting to find that.
A la San Diego in 2024. And let's go down now to Kevin Barnett with our winners.
Molly and Kelly. Molly, your best match so far of the year, probably looked dialed and decisive. What did your prep look like coming in?
Watch a lot of film, and you know, I have been trying to beat this team for so long, and I feel like the work that Kelly and I have been doing, it's translating. So it's really exciting. I really wanted to come into this match with like a gauge of like where I'm at right now, us together, and then myself. So it feels really good. I'm really happy. Finally beat them.
The defensive scheme kind of came into shape throughout that match. What changed?
Yeah, you have to be really creative to beat that team. It's the best team in the world right now. And I think that's what we did, and it was very fun.
0-4 start. How did you guys process that over the waiting period to get here to Austin?
Yeah, I think our coach Jordan brings a lot of perspective, because I know for me, I start thinking about the future, and I'm like, I get a little panicky sometimes, but I think he does a great job kind of bringing me back down to earth and like, no, reminding me where I came from, or what we've done this year, and just trying to be process-oriented and keep trying to get better.
I know Jordan's focused, but speaking of panicky, can we get a heart rate monitor or some sort of relaxation for James?
I can't tell you. Oh, for James!
For James.
For me.
No, you look good out there. You look relaxed.
Oh my gosh, yeah, James, just check his armpits.
Poor guy was ready to jump on the court. Congratulations, great win.
I guess we'll have to get James some deodorant. Poor guy, he's getting grief, and he's not even on the court right now. We've got the men coming up next. It is a battle between the New York Nitro and the LA Launch, 2 other teams here in Week 7 action. It's a #1 matchup in the LA Launch, another unbeaten team.